So the FBI released information over the weekend. They released a report on Friday, and in that report, they outlined 13 potential devices that Hillary Clinton used to send emails. Three of those devices, and by devices we mean mobile devices, BlackBerrys, three of those devices were destroyed by smashing it with a hammer. Huma Abedin, who is a top aide to Hillary Clinton, stated that the reason she had so many different devices was because it was often that Hillary Clinton would revert back to an older version. She would get a new phone and revert back to an older phone because she was more comfortable with the older phone, and that at no time was she using multiple devices. The report does not say whether or not she used more than one device at a time, but it did state that three of those devices were smashed by hammers in order to destroy the SIM card after she switched to a new device. Clinton said that she never used more than one device at a time, and she used her mobile device for both work and personal. This is a quote from Hillary Clinton. "I thought that it would be easier to carry just one of my device for work and one for my personal emails instead of two. Looking back, it would have been better if I simply used a second account and carried a second phone." This is in addition to, in that report, not just on the mobile devices that she used, but the Clinton and her legal team deleted thousands of more emails that she claimed were personal and private. The report actually says that the Clinton staff attended to hamper the recovery of deleted data. And actually, let me read that again. The FBI report details steps taken by Clinton staff that appear intended to hamper the recovery of deleted data, including smashing her old smart phones with a hammer and using special software to erase. Okay, that's all the information. I mean, there's a lot more information, but that's the too long didn't read of it. So a lot of people are saying enough with the emails, and I get the sentiment. I get the sentiment of, are we really trying to compare Hillary's emails to Donald Trump's XYZ? And they use that argument to dismiss a substantive conversation on what this type of behavior demonstrated by Clinton and her team suggests. And they are insulting our intelligence to suggest to us that this type of behavior is absolutely normal and it should not suggest anything to us. In other words, we're the fools for thinking that this type of behavior is questionable. And I'm sorry. I was born at day, but not yesterday, right? This type of behavior, at a minimum, demands answers, which means at a minimum, you have to be able to ask questions. But what bothers me the most about this is not just Clinton's behavior with these emails, with these devices, with deleting, using special software, doing a lot of things to circumvent the normal process. It's the suggestion that we should not ask questions about this, because asking questions about this means we're out to get the Clintons. And that is far, to me, right? You can think of whatever you want to think about the emails. But at this point, that suggestion that we should not ask questions about this because it means that we have bought into a right-wing conspiracy and that there's nothing here to even discuss. The suggestion that we should leave this completely alone and not even ask questions about the pattern, about the behavior, about the motivations, whether or not there's something substantive in there or not. There should be questions asked about the pattern, the behavior, the type of environment, the type of culture that Hillary Clinton fostered which allowed them to delete email. But ultimately, we have an entire contingent in this election that doesn't think we should even ask questions. That is the biggest problem in this election, in my opinion. We're going to be stuck with either Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. I don't care how you cut it. We're going to be stuck with them. The new polls came out. Stein is down to 2%. Your boy Gary Johnson is down to 7%. He was his high of 14. He's down to 7%. Hillary Clinton is losing ground against Donald Trump. They're within the margin of error of 3.3%. Donald Trump, according to CNN and the ORC poll, is up by a couple of points, but ultimately it's going to play out the way we expect. Chances are there's a really strong possibility that Hillary Clinton is going to be the next president of the United States. And if we can't ask her questions while she is running for office, what makes you think we're going to be able to ask her questions while she's in office? I do not buy into this notion that let's just let her get in first and then we can hold her accountable. That's not how elections work. We hold people accountable before they get in office, and then we hold them accountable when they get in office. Ultimately, anyone who gets power in this country should be held accountable every step of the way. And I don't know what part of this they don't understand or don't get. You can believe in your heart of hearts that Hillary Clinton is an angel. You can believe that she is above reproach, that she's done nothing wrong, and everything she has ever been accused of has been a complete right-wing conspiracy. You can believe that and still believe that Hillary Clinton should be questioned every step of the way, not because she's Hillary Clinton, but because she's running to be the president of the United States. And if we are going to ask Donald Trump questions, we're going to ask. There's a video of the Pastor Mark Burns being interviewed and ultimately outed by CNN, where CNN did a couple of seconds of investigative journalism. It was a good piece to watch, but ultimately it took maybe 2 hours to put together worth of investigative journalism, and then they blew his cover, and it was a great segment to watch, especially if you think Mark Burns is a shill and a charlatan, right? I only bring that up because I've yet to see that happen to either candidate. And so we are investigating, we are asking more of a surrogate preacher from the South than we're asking of people who want to hold the most powerful position in the world. And we have journalists who are trying to say that's okay because that's how it should be, because we know everything we need to know about Hillary Clinton because we've been asking questions of Hillary Clinton over the last 20 years. I'm more interested in what Hillary Clinton has done in the last 5 years than in the last 25 years. But this notion that we should completely absolve Hillary Clinton or relinquish the journalistic responsibility of asking questions because it is somehow, rude. Like, seriously? Not a single person who feels that they are uncomfortable asking Hillary Clinton a question because they don't want to be rude, not a single one of them need to be a journalist. Because who else is going to get this information? We're having to rely on hackers to get information that journalists should be able to get out of people just by asking the right set of questions and asking it enough times and asking their sources and asking their sources and digging until they find the information. But, we should look at the destruction of these BlackBerrys with hammers. Right. We should look at the deletion of thousands of emails. We should look at the appearance of pay for play. We should look at all of those things and just assume that Hillary Clinton is an upstanding person, so we shouldn't even question her. I don't know if I can say anything else without really using the expletive about how dumb they must think we are. It doesn't work like that. It has never worked like that. Not for a person who wants this much power.